And it's when you go to college that you first see your own backgrounds in a broader perspective. It's a very valuable experience, providing, of course, you keep your minds open and free from prejudice. Would anyone like one of these almond buns? Lydia, have you had one?
She's had two already.
I haven't then, I've had one.
We'll have another one, Lydia. Nobody's counting. Except Jennifer, who couldn't make up her mind whether or not she liked the cream cake, so I had 2 pieces to make sure.
Isn't Mitch Carn coming back to school this term, Miss Burton?
She's still very upset about her father. We must give her time.
I'm so sorry about Mr. Carn. I don't know how a dreary diner like Midge ever came to have such a marvellous father.
Oh, I didn't think he was marvellous. I thought he was frightening.
How was he frightening?
The way he used to stand about looking fierce and not saying anything.
Well, I thought he was marvellous. I mean, I used to get on at Midge for always talking about him. But I liked him ever so much all the same. So big and handsome. Didn't you think he was handsome, Miss Burton?
Yes, he was certainly a very fine-looking man.
What do you think really happened to him, Miss Burton?
My father thinks he did away with himself.
Some people think he ran away to Ireland to live in disguise.
Oh, Gwyneth Rogers, that's a silly tale.
Why is it silly? He was always going to Ireland to sell his horses, wasn't he?
Then how could he live in disguise in a place where he was well known?
It doesn't have to be Ireland.
Gwyneth, Jennifer, that's enough. I can't stop you listening to fanciful rumours, but I will not have gossip in the school. It's unhealthy and cruel to those who were fond of Mr. Carn, and that's one of the reasons why Midge can't come back yet, because of all the hurtful talk.
It's very mysterious, though, isn't it, Miss Burton?
There's nothing mysterious about it, Gwyneth. The evidence points to Mr. Carn having fallen over a cliff accidentally.
But why haven't they found a body yet, then?
Because in some cases, they don't. Well, I really mustn't keep you any longer. Thank you all for coming. Now, you'll remember what I said, and this is a very crucial term for you all, so I expect you all to work especially hard.
Thank you, Miss Burton.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Miss Burton. It was so lovely
Would
to
you stay behind a moment? Can you find your way out all right? You know where your coats are?
Yes, thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Lydia, you were very quiet. Didn't you enjoy it?
Oh, yes, miss.
You know, your work is good. You're not finding it too difficult catching up.
Well, it's a bit harder than it was, but I don't mind.
Good. I'm so glad that you were at last able to get back. It would be a pity if you couldn't keep up.
Oh, it'll be all right, Miss Burton.
Yes, I'm sure it will. Because you're like me. You thrive on challenge. Is all well at home?
Yes, miss.
Your father and Mrs. Brimsley haven't fixed the wedding day yet?
No, not yet. They're still waiting for a place to live and me dad to get a job on the new housing estate. But Mrs. Brimsley's got the 2 littlest down with her at Cold Harbour, so there's nobody left to look after during the day.
Well, that sounds like a grand arrangement. Let's hope that you'll soon all be one big, happy family under one roof.
Thank you, miss.
Well, run along then, Lydia. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Miss Burton.
Hello, young lady. Is Miss Blackney?
Yes, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Yes? Joe, come in.
Is the party over?
Yes, just over.
Wasn't that the Holly girl?
Yes, we finally got her back.
Sarah, that is marvellous.
Yes, Mr. Holly's randy smile and Mother Brimsley's maternal instincts did what none of us could achieve. Would you like some tea?
Oh, thank you, no. I had one a little while ago at Sneed's.
Oh, it sounds as though you've been doing the rounds. Have you made your arrangements?
I have.
When are you leaving?
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's very soon.
I can't postpone it any longer, Sarah.
No. I'm going to miss you, Joe.
And I you too, my dear. But your battlefield's here and mine's elsewhere.
Do you know, I believe you're as pleased as a dog with 2 tails.
Oh, I am.
What about your health, Joe?
Ah, It's the thought of really doing useful work again, Sarah. Something I understand and can give everything to. I am a militant again, free from compromise.
So the new town scheme must have gone through. You promised you wouldn't go until it had been approved.
Yes, the full council passed it this week. They only need ministry sanction now, and Snaith seems sure of that. You will get your new buildings.
To you, Joe.
I shall think of you, stalking the corridors in your palace of glass and chromium, trying to look 6 feet tall and ferociously determined. But if the truth are known, I think you're a bit of a sentimentalist at heart and as gentle as a dove.
Well, who am I going to talk to when you've gone, Joe? I mean, who can I confide in? Mrs. Beddoes, Snaith, Huggins?
No, not Huggins, for sure. He resigned from the council last week with his life insurance sunk in a piece of worthless land.
Good Lord.
It was pure greed, and he deserved all he got. All the same, I can't help feeling sneakily sorry for him. He, of course, blames Snaith for it, but just how far Snaith used him to get a Khan, we'll never quite know. Just as we might never know exactly what happened to Khan himself.
Morning, Tom.
Morning, Barney. All ready?
Shall me 2 ticks? Come on, you lassies, gonna move on. Mr. Sorton's here. It's very civil of you to offer us a lift, Tom.
I've got to pick up a fare down Cold Harbour anyway.
Running all right, is she?
Like a bird.
I heard you were buying a lorry and all.
I've been thinking about it.
Oh. You'll be in another garage before long, then?
One thing at a time, Barney.
Will you hurry up, you lot? Mr. Sorton's waiting.
Come on, you lot, let's be off.
Let's have you all in and settle down. And don't go putting your feet all over the seats. Ah, yeah, Tom.
Have your say.
Oh, I'm just wondering if you've really stopped to consider what you're saddling yourself with. I mean, them Ollie kids can be a wild lot. And these youngest, well, you won't have them off your hands for years to come.
Bless you, who's looking forward to getting them off her hands? May I should bring them up like I brought up my own. And maybe I'll have a bit more gratitude from these than I've had from some of my own.
Ah, well, it's not just the bairns I'm thinking about. There's Barney himself.
What about Barney?
Well, I might as well be blunt now I've started.
Aye, you might as well.
Well, he's the sort of chap that wants more out of marriage than a well-laid table. You know he did for his wife for that last one. That was after the doctor said she wasn't to have any more.
Aye, I've heard it put that way. But I'll tell you, Bill, since we're speaking plain, I wouldn't want a man who isn't a man with a man's needs. I'm past childbearing myself, but I'm not past missing a warm cuddle on a cold night.